So I'm at a party the other day. Me and my friend Thomas, we have a woman come up to us, small, friendly get together, and she is amazed that I'm 40 years old. I don't know how we got talking about age, but she's asking me, what do you do with your skin? What do you do with your clothing? How do you look so young? She calls over her husband and she's wanting me to give her husband tips. And that got me thinking, I need to give my secrets. So in this video, guys, 5 secrets to looking great over the age of 40, over the age of 50, over the age of 60, over the age of 70. Because yes, I have men in their 70s reach out to me and not only ask me style questions, but also ask, Antonio, let me share with you how I am staying young, how I am looking great. And so I'm gonna give you guys some great tips. Hopefully you're able to use them because it does matter. Let's say you're 52, you're 42 years old, you just went through a divorce. You're back out there on the dating scene and you wanna look great. You know that you've got a lot to offer. You wanna meet and you start dating a woman, she's 32, maybe she's 28, and you don't want the age difference to be so apparent. Now, maybe you're out there and you're looking to start your career over and you're 58 years old, you're 62 years old. You better believe ageism is a real thing. A lot of companies, now they can't ask you your age, but they will look at, does this guy look healthy? Does he look like he's gonna stick around? Can we put him in front of our customers and can he help us sell? You wanna basically look the part of that successful salesman, of that guy that's gonna help that nonprofit double their exposure and be able to get out there and change the world. Gentlemen, that's what this video is about. Tip number 1, have purpose in your life. Guys, be confident. Stand for something. Nothing makes a man look older than a guy that's basically given up on life. And you know what I'm talking about. You see these guys moping around. They've got a negative attitude. They feel that everything's conspired against them. They're 42 years old and they feel their best years are behind them. That is a bunch of BS, guys. We are going to live longer than any generation before us. You can take care of yourself. You have all of these options. If you're 40 years old, you probably have 40 more great years at least in front of you if you take care of yourself. Think about that. You can start at the age of 65 and transform the next 15 years. You can start a company and sell it and leave that to you as a legacy or go off and enjoy it and, buy a private jet. The point is you've got time and have a positive attitude. Tip number 2. Take care of your skin, specifically with your face. Now, getting back to that story, the woman, the first thing she noticed is my face, and she really thought my skin glowed. I felt really good. I don't do too much, but I will share with you the 3 things I do for my skin. So number 1, using a micro abrasion tool. Now, a lot of you guys, especially if you have rougher skin, what you're gonna wanna do is remove this. Now, you can go to spas, especially health spas, pay about $150 to $200 a treatment. You're gonna wanna do this probably once a month. They may schedule a little bit closer together, but you're gonna find that you're gonna need to get about 3 to 4 treatments. So we're talking almost $1,000 that you'll spend, but you can't see a huge difference. Make sure whatever you're applying, whether it be a lotion at the beginning of the day, has a bit of sunscreen. Sun damage by UV rays is the #1 cause of a man, basically his face looking older. Another option, if you don't want to apply sunscreen to your face, start to wear a hat so you protect your face. Tip number 3, throw out clothes you do not love. Now, I'm being really hard here. If you're 40 years old, if you're 50 years old, if you're 60 years old, you should have some spending power so you can go out there and get rid of those items that just you don't really like. Make sure everything you put on, I tell you, when I put on this shirt, when I put on these jeans, when I wear this belt, everything I have in my wardrobe, I love. And it's an amazing thing happens because you start to put together outfits that are a little bit fun, but every time you wear that clothing, you feel great. Going back to point number 1, you feel confidence and you're able to walk in. You never feel a bit awkward because the worst thing is to own something that really you don't like, and when you're looking for something where everything else is dirty and you wear it and you feel those jeans are just a little bit too tight, maybe don't like the style of that shirt, something about that makes you just conscious of it, and all of a sudden your confidence dips down. Because at this point, gentlemen, you never want your confidence to go down. You want to, it's like a suit of armor. When you put on that sports jacket, you walk into that store and you just feel great. And you just may be going in there to get milk and get some eggs, but you're going to come out all of a sudden with everyone remembering who you are and maybe, the phone number of that cute cashier that was there working. Tip number 4, take care of your teeth. If you are out there dating, understand that's one of the first things a woman's going to look at. She's going to look at your mouth, she's going to look at your teeth, and she's thinking, do I want to kiss this individual? And if you've got bad teeth, and it happens as we get older, our gums start to recede. All of a sudden, there are things that are happening. Your teeth are not as strong. So go to the dentist every 6 months. Make sure they remove that plaque. I can tell you, I didn't go for a year and a half one time, and I got basically beyond gingivitis. They actually had to go in, and I was starting to get gum disease. And that stuff is not fun to deal with. And as you get older, you need to really pay attention to this. So don't skip out going to the dentist. Now, teeth whitening. As your teeth start to yellow, as they start to age, consider whitening your teeth. There's tons of alternatives out there. I've talked about it before. Finally, if you've got really bad teeth, consider veneers. I know it's a huge investment, but if you're still out there, you're in your 60s and you want to start a new career in sales, or maybe you're in your 50s and you're out there dating, maybe this is going to be a huge boost in confidence, which is going to help you just go out there and do what you want to be able to do. Tip number 5, new colors. Guys, understand as you age, as your hair starts to gray, all of a sudden there's an advantage here in that you can start to bring in new colors. In addition, be adventurous. Men are creatures of habit. Oftentimes we wear the same colors again and again. Try to introduce new colors. Understand that as your skin is changing, as your hair is changing, some colors that didn't look good on you in your 20s may look great on you in your 50s. All right, guys, bonus tip. Now, I am not a fitness channel, but I will tell you, watch what you eat and take care of your body. This is the only body you have. You need to be going to the gym, and you need to, more importantly, be watching everything that goes into your mouth. Guys, it is so important if you want to live a healthy, long life. In addition, nothing looks better than when your body underneath that clothing, your body underneath everything I've just mentioned is in great shape. All right, gentlemen, that's it. Let me know what you think down in the comments. That's it, guys. I'll see you in the next video.